So not to throw any shade here, but pretty much all of the TikTok content on YouTube is not very helpful. And I know that because I watched all those videos, proceeded to do the exact opposite, and found a lot of success on TikTok within only about 2 weeks. So in this video, I'm gonna break down everything that I have learned about TikTok in the last 2 weeks, going from 0 to over 130,000 followers, including my understanding of the TikTok algorithm so far, my formula for virality that has worked again and again and again, and breaking down my first 2 videos that got over 1 million views, exactly why they did so and how you can replicate those exact same strategies. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, so right off the rip here, I just wanna hop into my TikTok account and show you guys my analytics, just so you know I'm not messing around and that all of this stuff is legit. So as you can see right now, we're sitting at about 135,000 followers at the time of filming this video. If we're still at that number when you're watching this, then something has gone horribly wrong. So let's dive into my analytics and show you exactly how things have progressed over the last couple of weeks. So we hop into analytics here. We can see for video views in the last 7 days, we've got a little over 22 million views. As you can see, we had 3 high days here that were all over 5 million views a pop. Then we dropped down to about 1.2, 1.6, and 2.3. Look at the 28-day view. As you can see, I didn't even have TikTok back here, and then things started picking up fairly quickly, and now they're continuing to grow. So things are looking pretty good there in terms of followers. As you can see, we started off about a couple weeks ago with, let's get back here, we had about 100 followers, and then about 2 weeks later, we are up to about, crossed 100,000 followers at the end of January, and we started, as you can see here, about middle of January. So about a 2-week time frame to go from 100 followers to about 100,000, and getting consistent viral videos with millions of views every single day. So hopefully there's some credibility here that I actually know what I'm talking about. And then just for a little bit more context, I haven't had a video not hit at least 20,000 views since my first video started popping off. So all of these videos are doing pretty well. So I think I figured out a couple things. I don't think I'm a TikTok genius by any means, but I do think that there is some stuff in this video that could really help you if you're trying to get started on the TikTok platform. So now I'm gonna stop tooting my own horn and we can get into the content. So let's start off with the TikTok algorithm, okay? This is where a lot of people have questions when they're just getting started. They wanna know how this thing works, how they can leverage it to their advantage. And one thing I'm gonna tell you is everybody says the TikTok algorithm is really smart. That's very true, okay? It figures people out and shows them exactly what they want to see. So you have to kind of think about things from that perspective and start off by actually making videos that people would want to watch, okay? That's like TikTok 101. It's make content that people actually want to watch, but how do you leverage the algorithm to your advantage? Well, one thing that has been proven time and time again for myself, the people that I've talked about TikTok, is that if you're a brand new account, TikTok is going to give you a little bit more of a boost than the average account, okay? And what I mean by a boost is that they are going to kind of favor your content a little bit more. And the reason that I believe they do that is because they want to get you hooked, okay? Because once your content starts blowing up on TikTok, you get a little bit addicted, okay? I'll tell you straight up, I'm addicted to making content on TikTok right now. There was one day that I made 23 TikToks in a single day. So I am really hooked on TikTok right now. And one of the ways that they do that is by giving you that boost early on, okay? So if you're a brand new account, you kind of want to take that to your advantage and try to put out banger content right off the rip, because if you do, TikTok is going to, again, favor that content a little bit more, give you a little bit more of a push behind that stuff, and really allows you to pop off even more. One of my friends, the Financial Wolf, he started his TikTok account. I told him he should be posting daily, so he started posting daily, and one of his very first videos took off, got over 1.5 million views, and that's not rare at all for brand new accounts to get that kind of viewership, which is totally crazy. That's one of the reasons why I like TikTok so much, is you can blow this thing up very, very quickly. As you can see, from my personal example, I went from 0 to 100,000 followers in 2 weeks. That's not possible on YouTube. That's really not possible on many other social media platforms. But with TikTok, it's absolutely possible to do that. Now, you've got this beginner boost on TikTok, but the key thing about the algorithm that you want to understand is how it actually promotes your videos to your audience, okay? Because it's very different from YouTube, okay? With YouTube, your subscribers play a huge role. With TikTok, they don't play as much of a role, okay? And that's because of how your content is pushed. So when you post on TikTok, typically this is what's going to happen, okay? In the first 30 to 60 minutes, TikTok is only going to show your content to people that are following you. And so that is going to give them some kind of context as to, okay, is this a good video or is this not a good video? Now, after that 30 to 60 minute window of showing it to your followers, then it's going to start showing it on the For You page. And it's probably going to start by showing it to a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 people to get started. Now, depending on how this initial group reacts to your content, then TikTok's going to decide, okay, do we show it to more people, or is that it? Do we cut it off and it's done? And so that process kind of continues. So if you make it past the, say, 1,000 viewer threshold, then they'll bump you up to 10K views or 20 or 30 or 40, okay? And they'll continue showing it to more people until the engagement starts dying off, until people aren't responding to that video anymore. But how does TikTok determine whether people are responding to the video? Well, this is actually one of the few things that I learned from other TikTok videos out there on YouTube, is that your view duration is very, very important, okay? TikTok wants to keep people on the platform, obviously, and so the longer you can keep people watching your videos, the more they're going to reward you with more views. So you want to make videos that are going to encourage longer watch time. And we're going to get into that when I talk about my formula for each particular video, but just know that. But one of the things about watch time is that you can't actually see your watch time statistics until about 2 to 3 days later. They're delayed by about 2 to 3 days in your actual TikTok app. So what you have to do when you're posting a video, if you want to determine, okay, is this video likely to perform or not, is use your engagement rate on the video, okay? Specifically your like rate on the video. And this is a good kind of proxy for whether people are watching a lot of the video, because if people aren't watching a lot of the video, they're probably not going to engage with the video. They're not going to like, they're not going to comment, they're not going to do any of that stuff. But if they're watching it for a long time, then they're more likely to like. So you can kind of use that engagement rate as kind of an idea of, okay, is this video performing well or not? And in general, engagement rate you want to shoot for is definitely above 10%. Okay, if your engagement rate I found is below 10%, it's usually an indicator that the video is not very good and TikTok's not going to push it very far. But if your engagement rate is more than 10%, specifically like 20 to 25%, at that point you are golden. Okay, if you had a 20-25% engagement rate on your TikTok with like 1,000 views, because like 1,000 views, like I said, that's kind of like the first threshold they're going to push it to. They're going to push it to 1,000 people. Depending on how those 1,000 people react, then they might push it to more. So if you're sitting at like 200 to 250 likes on 1,000 views, that video, in my experience, that video is going to do very well. Okay, anytime I have a video that has that kind of engagement rate on 1,000 views, it does very, very well. We're talking hundreds of thousands, millions of views on those particular videos. Now, if I put out a video, it's got 1,000 views and it's got 50 likes, it's probably dead in the water, okay? It's probably not going to go anywhere. And that's because TikTok sees, okay, this video isn't actually that valuable. So a great indicator in the first hour or two, if your video is going to perform, is that initial engagement rate on your first 1,000 views. So now that you have somewhat of an idea of how the algorithm works, let's talk about how to create pieces of content that are going to perform well in that algorithm. And my process for this, I've got kind of a 3-step process that I follow for every single one of my videos that, again, has worked very well. Okay, since I started implementing this, I have not had a video that got under 20,000 views. Most of them average about 50 to even 100,000 views per video. And that's with me putting out some days, like I said, 23 videos in a single day. So this stuff is consistently working for me. Here's the process, okay? It goes hook, snappy, done. Okay, that is my process. Very, very simple. Okay, let's break that down step by step. So first is the hook. Okay, it's really, really important on TikTok that you have a very strong hook, because unlike YouTube, people don't really give you time to kind of get to the point. Okay, they want you to get to the point immediately, and if they're not hooked, they're scrolling and they're done. Okay, they're on to the next video and they've totally forgotten about you. Okay, so you need to hook them right off the rip. So for me, the way that I found to do this is to evoke extreme curiosity instantly. Okay, because I am somewhat teaching people on TikTok. Okay, that's I'm kind of an educational page. Now, it's not quite the same type of content I'm doing on YouTube, but it's educational nonetheless. So in the educational niche, what I found is that giving some kind of intense curiosity right at the very beginning. We're talking like the first like 1 second. Okay, you've got 1 to 2 seconds to catch people, and so it has to be very, very curiosity provoking in the first 1 to 2 seconds. When we dive into my like 2 videos that popped off first, I'll kind of break down how I use that in both of those. But just know, curiosity right at the beginning is a must if you want to get people to watch your video. Now, the second step is getting into the concept of making it very, very snappy. Okay, and so how you're gonna want to do this is all of my TikToks, they basically revolve around taking a piece of information that's generally not all that interesting and making it seem extremely interesting, okay, and extremely, extremely exciting. So you want to spin stuff that's maybe not that exciting, but something that people probably don't know, and spin it into something that's like really exciting, like they need to know this. And so by doing that, you want to make sure you're delivering that piece of information in a very snappy way. So when I'm recording my TikToks, I don't like to record any clips that are more than like 2 seconds long, okay? And a clip is like when you're in the app, you can hold down the button, and I shoot all my TikToks in the app, okay? I don't do anything externally. I'm shooting them all in the app, selfie camera, right in front of my face, and every clip should be like 2 seconds or less to keep things snappy, moving as quickly as possible. Now, this totally depends on what kind of niche you're in, what kind of audience you're appealing to, but for me, I'm appealing to people with low attention spans that are younger, that just want the information quick. So I'm shooting very short clips, and the information that's in my videos is like 1 layer above basic, like everyday information, okay? It's stuff that like not everybody knows, and it makes you think a little bit and be like, oh, I didn't know that. So I'm trying to find stuff that's like that a little bit above like common knowledge, so that it's something that people are learning, but it's also not that complicated, because you can't really get into really complex topics on TikTok. It's very difficult to do so. You have to be a very, very good educator in order to do that. My education skills are not quite at that level. So So I need to pick things that aren't that difficult to understand so that I can explain them in a way that the average TikTok viewer is going to be able to comprehend. And then as quick as it starts, it needs to be done. Okay, all of my TikToks, none of them are over 30 seconds. Okay, all my TikToks, I shoot for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds tops on every single one. I want to keep these things short and sweet. So again, like I said, I get my one like topic, factoid, whatever. I dress it up a little bit. I got my hook at the beginning, and then as soon as it starts, it is done. Now, one of the purposes of this is to get over 100% watch time. Okay, and this is really, really key because with TikTok, it's very possible to get over 100% average watch time on one of your videos if it's a very well executed video. And that's one of the things that's allowed my videos to blow up is I'm able to retain people for more than the entire duration of the video. And so there's really two main ways to do that. Okay, one of the ways, this is my favorite way to do it, is you go so fast in the video that by the time the video is done, their brain hasn't finished processing what you just told them. And so they need more time to process this. And so while they're thinking about it, the video continues to roll and continues to loop. Okay, so that's option number one. Option number two is to make the video so controversial that you're evoking people to comment on the video. Because when someone goes to comment on a TikTok video, it continues to loop in the background while they're typing their comments. So that's more watch time for you as people are commenting. So you can either move so quickly that they need more time to process what you just said, or you can evoke comments and make content that's very controversial or just kind of stirs up the water there and gets people to really comment and engage with your post. So in my experience, it's much better to cut off a TikTok at 15 seconds than to drag it onto 30 seconds, because if you have a 15-second TikTok that people on average are watching for 20 seconds, that is so much more powerful and so much more likely to get picked up than a 30-second TikTok that people are watching for 20 seconds, okay? So make sure you don't stretch it out any longer than you need to. Make sure every clip has a purpose, keep them short, keep them sweet, and the people of TikTok are going to reward you for it. So now let's hop into my phone and dive into my first two videos that got over 1 million views and exactly why they did so, how I orchestrated them, etc. All right, so as you can see here, these two videos right here, the sensory deprivation one and the cheapest Airbnb in Boston, these are my two videos that first got over 1 million views. And let's just break down exactly why they did so. So with this first one here, it's all the video is about is explaining what a sensory deprivation tank is in like 15 seconds. And if you don't know what a sensory deprivation tank is, you should watch this video. But that's the entire video, okay? Because I went into one of these things and then I was like, oh, I should make a TikTok about this because that would be really cool and really like different, okay? It's a huge curiosity piece because like when you look at this video right here, you can see like right behind me is the actual thing. And I didn't record this while I was there. This was just the green screen feature of the actual TikTok app. And the video is literally just me explaining what these things are and then recording on my phone, pointing at my computer, Google image results of sensory deprivation tanks. Okay, so like very low quality. It took me like 20 minutes to do this entire video, and then it went on to get so far over 1.4 million views. Okay, so not very high production value at all. And the reason I think that one did well is because of the curiosity piece. So like I said, I have this sensory deprivation tank behind me. People don't know what it is, and it's just like extremely curiosity provoking. And it was only about 15 seconds long. Okay, so I didn't stretch this video out any longer than it needed to be. I explained what the thing was, and then it was done. And another reason why this video did particularly well is because it got a lot of comments on it. And that's because people were asking questions. What is this thing? How does it work? Whatever. So it was really good for inspiring comments as well. And if you look at the average view duration on this video, I'm not actually sure where it's at, but let's take a peek and see. So the video itself is 15.39 seconds long. Average watch time is 13.4 seconds. So I did not get over 100% watch time on this video, but again, 13.4 out of 15, I can't do that kind of math in my head, but it seemed pretty high. Okay, I'm gonna say that's probably over 80% watch time on that video, which is what TikTok wants to see. Like I said, video is short, 15 seconds, and the engagement rate on it is pretty good. So over a 10% like rate on this, so 1.4 million views, 166,000 likes, and a decent amount of comments and shares as well. Now let's move on to the Airbnb video, okay? Because this one really did a lot for me, okay? The float tank one, so the sensory deprivation tank one maybe got me like a couple thousand followers, but the Airbnb video, this video got me about 40,000 followers over the span of 24 hours. So this video performed extremely, extremely well. And there's a lot that went into this video, so I might make a whole another video just about how this TikTok blew off for me. But this was the very first TikTok that popped off, got me 40,000 followers in 24 hours. And so here's the video. Basically, the premise of the video is that I'm staying at the cheapest Airbnb in Boston, and I walk people through the listing and just kind of show them what it is. So again, very similar. I got the selfie camera with the green screen effect behind me, and then I point my phone at my computer while I scroll through the Airbnb listing. Very, very simple video. Took me, again, like 20 minutes to do. And if we look at the engagement on it, let's see what the stats look like. So in terms of the like rate, as you can see, this one actually didn't even get 10%. So we've got 1.8 million views and only 100,000 likes. So less likes on this video, but more views. Also less comments, also way less shares. and the average view duration was actually only 16.2 seconds out of 21-second video. So all in all, these statistics don't even look as great as the last one, but the reason this video performed so well was because I hooked them in and asked them to follow me to get part 2, because in this video, all I did was show the listing. And then in the next video, I was actually going to the Airbnb. So I got people so invested in the story that I told in this video that they wanted to follow me to see what happened, to see if I made it there alive, to see if it was even an Airbnb to begin with. So I got people so invested in the story that 40,000 of them decided to follow me. And when TikTok saw that, they were like, wow, this video is extremely engaging. It's getting so many people to follow this guy. Let's promote this to a ton of people. So they proceeded to do that. And this video proceeded to do extremely well for me. And since these 2 videos have popped off, I mean, I haven't had a video, like I said, go below about 20,000 views, because I've been following that exact same formula that I used for these 2 videos to make them pop off. Now from those videos, I've now moved on, and now all the videos that I make are about like stock market news and just like current events. So like it's very easy to pivot with TikTok, okay? Like you do not need a niche at all. In my experience, you don't need a niche at all, because I got my first like 80,000 followers talking about just random stuff, okay? Float tanks, Airbnbs, just random TikTok content that I thought would be good for the platform. But now I moved on to talking more about news content, stock market stuff, and those videos are popping off as well because I'm using the exact same formula. I'm just applying it to a different niche. Now, one bonus tip that I want to share with you guys right here is that the quality of your video matters, but not in the direction you would think, okay? Because all of my videos, pretty much all of them, I'm using that green screen effect that I showed you. And the green screen effect, it's not a very good green screen, okay? Let me just pull one of these up and see if you can, yeah, you can kind of see through the green screen a little bit. It's not very, I mean, it doesn't look very professional, okay? And that's actually a really good thing on TikTok, because when people are going to TikTok, they want like raw content in most cases. They want stuff that's like real and legit and not an ad, okay? Because if you make a TikTok that looks like an ad, people are going to skip it, okay? Whether it's an ad or not, if it looks highly produced, in most cases, like there are some people that can get away with like really highly produced TikToks, but most people can't, because people think that the TikTok is an ad, okay? And you don't want people to think your TikTok's an ad. So if you go like really low production quality, I found in my experience that actually helps a lot. All of my videos have been low production quality, and that's worked very, very well for me. So by low production quality, I basically just mean like using the in-app TikTok editor. I'm recording all my videos within TikTok. I'm editing all of them within TikTok. I'm finding Google image search results and just screenshotting them to use for my background. So all this stuff is very, very simple, very, very easy to do, and does not require much effort at all. That's one of the reasons why I love TikTok so much, is I can just make TikTok content. It takes me like 20 minutes to make a TikTok, sometimes even less. Sometimes like 10 minutes to make a TikTok. I can post it. It can get hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, and it just got me so much more brand exposure for like 10 minutes of my time. Now, the next thing you should do is click the subscribe button down below and check out this video over here where I dive deep into the TikTok Creator Fund, okay? Because I'm actually in the Creator Fund right now. I'm making, in some cases, over $250 per day from the Creator Fund. So if you want to learn about how that works, check out this video over here, and I will catch you over there.